The worst songs of 2024. Trash can, get it? Because they're trash. All right, like I've been doing all month with these end of the year lists, this is not going to be ranked in any order. It's not like a top 10 list or anything like that. It's just certain songs that I had to bring in because I don't want to subject myself to music that is bad on purpose. So it's just songs that I've heard throughout the course of the year that were intended to be good, but were actually absolutely terrible. Because I'm not bringing in like, Miles songs. Like, he makes music for the intention of it being bad. So these are just songs that are actually just were trying to be good but turned out terrible. Okay, the worst Kanye West album. I'm bringing in Husband off of Vultures 2. And honestly, when I went through this album for the first time, usually with Kanye West albums, like at least in my lifetime, every album that I've heard from him that's released, I've always sat down and everything I've listened to with intention, and every single minute, every single second, I'm just like, okay, what's Kanye gonna do next? When this song came on for Vultures 2, I almost skipped it. I almost fell asleep and I almost skipped it. Husband is one of the worst Kanye West songs ever released, maybe the worst one ever released. It's just Kanye singing with this terrible vocal performance for like 3 minutes about how you need a husband and let him rub you, let him touch you. It's weird. It's boring. It's bad vocal performance. It's just a terrible song. Honestly, I could have traded in majority of this track list for this placement, but I decided to go with The Rush by Lil Uzi Vert featuring Big Time Rush off of EA2. And yeah, this song is terrible. And like I said, I could have traded in a lot of other songs off of this record, but I decided to go with this one just because his flow is off, and then that repeated, yeah, Big Time Rush, it's off with the beat. The beat is really, nothing special with Uzi's flow being off, and then this terrible vocal effect on his voice. It's almost unlistenable, and yeah, it might be one of the worst songs ever released. Okay, next I'm going with Best Friend off of The Party Never Ends by Juice WRLD. And yeah, I mean, the Juice WRLD part isn't terrible. It definitely sounds like the mixing isn't great, and it's just pretty standard for Juice WRLD. But then Fall Out Boy comes in, and if you know my channel, I love Fall Out Boy, but they were just so thrown in. It's obvious that the one half of the song that Juice WRLD made had nothing to do with the Fall Out Boy part, and then they just threw Fall Out Boy in there for whether it be, boosting the sales to get the Fall Out Boy fans to listen to the song, whatever the case may be. They were just thrown in there. Patrick Stump's vocal performance isn't anything great either. It sounds like his voice is straining. It's not very fun to listen to, and yeah, it's low-key disrespectful to put a band of this caliber on a song with Juice WRLD that, obviously Juice WRLD has sadly passed away, and to put a band on this song with him that had nothing to do with the original song, it's disrespectful because it's obviously just trying to boost sales. And I made a whole video on this posthumous record by Juice WRLD, so go check that out if you want more in-depth thoughts. But yeah, it's disrespectful, and it's a terrible song just in general. Now, I did a previous video on the worst lyrics of 2024, so I'm not actually going to bring in Grippy or The Heart Part 6, which was definitely in consideration and would make sense on this list. But honestly, both of those songs, production-wise, aren't terrible. So I think they more fit that category of that video I did with the worst lyrics of 2024, because that's what made those songs so terrible. So yeah, go check out that video if you haven't. Definitely could be considered for this list, but I don't think the production is that bad. Actually, The Heart Part 6 has great production and had potential to be one of Drake's best songs. So yeah, he fumbled on that part. Okay, next I'm bringing in Woman's World by Katy Perry. And yeah, it's pretty obvious that this was an attempt to make a feminist anthem, but it just does not land, and it's terribly out of touch. It's just, yeah, it's fake feminism at its peak, and the video is even worse, to be honest. I don't even want to talk about this song at length because it is low-key kind of gross. It's gross because of the person that produced the song, and with the context of the lyrics just does not make sense. Facts by Ben Shapiro and Tom McDonald. You hear Tom McDonald and Ben Shapiro on a song, you know what it's going to be, so I don't need to elaborate. Okay, next, Jail Part 1 by Lil Dicky. This is 8 minutes of Lil Dicky explaining what happens when you go to jail.
I'm in the thick of it, everybody knows.
I also was considering bringing in Wagla Delilah by Drake, but I think that's a parody song, and I think Drake was trolling, so I can't really take it too seriously. Okay, next I'm bringing in Man in the Moon by Coldplay, and honestly, this whole album was pretty bad. There is actually one song that is going to make my top 50 songs of the year, surprisingly, but yeah, Man in the Moon, Coldplay. It sounds like it was made for like a grocery store or something. The whistling is terrible as a hook. That pisses me off. Anytime you make a hook whistling, yeah, I'm just not going to enjoy it. Okay, next, Willis by Kid Cudi and featuring Chip the Ripper. This song is, I don't know what Kid Cudi was thinking. The Nitro Mega edition of Insano is absolutely terrible. I actually don't think Insano is a terrible album by itself, but the Nitro Mega edition, oh my god, dude. What is Cudi thinking with this song, man? Like, it doesn't even sound like he's taking it seriously. It sounds like he actually made the song as a joke, but also it borders too much on that line of it actually trying to be a good song. So you can't take it as a parody and you can't take it as a real song either. It's that in between that is just terrible.
Thank you, the poop. You're not even the fart.
This is another case where I could bring in like majority of this record. F1 Trillion by Post Malone pisses me off. I do not like that album. Aggressively, I do not like that album. But I guess I'll bring in Have the Heart featuring Dolly Parton. And, you know, respect to the legend Dolly Parton, but she should not be singing. It definitely sounds like she went in that studio and she tried to sing and it sounded absolutely terrible. So they had to like AI her vocals and like use the most extreme auto-tune on her voice to make it sound decent. And even then, it still sounds kind of bad. So yeah, Have the Heart is a terrible song. Dolly Parton should not be thrown on this. And the whole album has, you know, pretty much a feature on every song that is just thrown in on the like third verse. I think I haven't gone back to the album since I listened to it, but yeah, just not a good song. The whole Genre Soundboy EP, I really can't pick a song, and I don't want to listen to the album. I only listened to it once. I tried to pull up the track list to pick one, but I can't do it. I'm sorry, guys. Like, I know I should, you know, put a lot of effort into these videos, but I can't do it. I can't listen to this a single song. I can't do it. I can't listen to another song off of this record. So the whole EP. Okay, Can't Hold Me, Lil Wayne, Lil Yachty, produced by Pharrell Williams, and that sounds like a crazy track list right there. That sounds like it would make for such a good song. But yeah, this song gives me a headache. The beat is, you know, super annoying, and it just nobody can flow over the beat, which makes sense because the beat is absolutely terrible. I don't know how anybody could find a pocket on this beat. It's terrible, and it gives me a headache. So yeah, but let me know in the comments down below, what is the worst song of 2024? Because honestly, there's probably other YouTube videos you can find that are better than this one that are about the worst songs of 2024. Because like I said, I didn't want to subject myself to bad music just to listen to bad music for the sake of it. These were just songs that I listened to throughout the year that I went in thinking that they were going to be good, or at least, you know, a record that I thought was going to be good, and they were just terrible. You know, I could bring in All of Vultures too. I guess I'll probably do a worst albums of 2024 now that I'm thinking about it. A lot of these songs come from albums that are pretty bad, so I guess I could make a video for that. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What was your favorite or worst song? Yeah, worst song of 2024. Let me know in the comments down below. And what was the worst album, just for some inspiration for that video. Subscribe. Playboy Cardi likes my channel, so you should too. Hit the like, subscribe, and leave that comment. Peace.